Hey guys, so I'm down here in Denver, just getting down, finding a place to park. The protest planned was 11:30, but I'm coming up here and I come across this. I think you guys should check it out, so let you guys see it. So here you guys got a bunch of the students at high school. This is a high school students that walked out. Everybody's protesting DACA. Again, DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Act. And today Trump announced that he's going to be rescinding it within the next 6 months, which means that a lot of dreamers, which are people that are here in the U.S. that were brought as kids illegally, but were raised here and know the U.S. is their home. They speak English. They don't have criminal records. They want to go to school. It leaves them hanging. It leaves them just in the wind, because it leaves it to Congress now to take care of these people. And Congress, as we know, has not acted on anything recently. So this is going to be a big deal. I'm going to be with the protests, and we'll be taking some pictures here in a little bit down at the college, and it is going to be a big deal. I think people need to take this serious. People need to see that this affects a lot of people, and the people that it affects are kids and people that don't have criminal records, that just want to do the right thing. And that's what you always hear people arguing about on the other side is, you know, these immigrants don't want to learn the language. They don't want to assimilate. Well, that's not the case with the Dreamers. The Dreamers are here. This is their home. This is where they want to be. This is where they grew up. And they should have every opportunity that everybody else does. And this act by Trump is just not something that's productive for the country, I believe. And you know, these kind of protests happening more and more often just kind of seal that. I mean, that is a crazy amount of people back there. We'll see you guys at the school. We'll be taking some more shots over there. See you then. At the DACA Campus today, where there is a planned protest for the DACA that was rescinded yesterday by the Trump administration. And I'm going to be down here just getting some video and asking some people their opinions on DACA and any way that it might affect them. All right, how's it going? We're down here at the DACA protest with... so why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on down here today?
Well, the students have, the youth have came together marching, and they're pretty much starting a revolution, I believe.
What are they marching for today?
They are marching for DACA, undocumented students right now, and they're trying to keep Trump's hatefulness out of the United States, is what I believe.
All right. So Trump decided to rescind the DACA yesterday. What do you think about that opinion? How do you think that affects people?
That's gonna be taking my raza and splitting them, dividing them unjustly.
We are Witch Denver, and we oppose the repeal of DACA, the concept of citizenship and nations, and we believe this is going to result in more racist deportations. This is a continuation of Trump's right-wing populism and reactionary politics.
What do you guys think of how this decision to rescind DACA affects people?
Very negative. It's going to be a mess.
More division? Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being out here supporting DACA. I mean, it needs all the support it can get at this point, and we need to hit up all of our congressmen and senators and let them know to get on it, you know, fix this situation.
Reforms written with a pen can be removed with a pen. We demand revolution.
All right. Revolution. Thank you guys. You guys look awesome out here. I like your signs.
Today, Tuesday, September 5th, a couple hours ago, President Trump rescinded DACA. This is bad news for America, but but more importantly, and more personally I should say, it's bad news for my neighbors and my friends. I am Michelle Warren. I live in Denver, Colorado. I work for the Christian Community Development Association, as well as help represent Open Door Fellowship and Ministries, and I have grown so much in the last decade in my understanding of immigration and the need for immigration reform. It's mostly come out of relationships, but also my faith and my theology to love God and love my neighbor as myself that drives me to care about the immigrant and to care about their well-being. I think white evangelicals specifically need to join me and immigrants all over our country today to stand up for the vulnerable and to pass legislation that would enable people to move their lives forward. But specifically, the next 6 months, our fight will be the DREAM Act.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Ramon del Castillo. I am currently the chair and professor in the Chicana and Chicano Studies Department. It's great to be out here, but it's not new when you trace back the policies of immigration. I can trace, in fact, personally in my own family to the 1900s when both sides of my family members came in from Mexico on the railroads to work in the packing houses in Wichita, Kansas. At that time, they worked. It was easier to cross the border. There weren't as many regulations. But if you look at the history of this, in 1954, Dwight D. Eisenhower put together Operation Wetback. Wetback was a derogatory term that was used to identify Mexicans as they were crossing the river, and Operation Wetback deported hundreds of thousands of Mexicanos back into American society, and also a lot of Americans. Now, in 1986, Ronald Reagan passed IRCA, the Immigration Reform and Control Act. We had an opportunity, he asked and got amnesty. Right, wrong, or indifferent, nobody had the courage. We had no legislature in the state of Colorado that had the courage to take amnesty to the state house and say, we should push for amnesty for all of these kids. If they had, they might not be in the position that they're in. So what they're fighting is something that we've been fighting historically since at least the signing of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, and since at least the early part of the 1900s. My grandfather, Rosalio, spent 55 years in the railroad working and oftentimes being asked about his papers during his time period on this earth. So right now, I think that we're in a position where we need to teach these young people that they have a right to create a voice, and that the voices that are being heard today are young people that are realizing that the only way that we're going to gain power and influence and justice is through speaking out. And although they put themselves on the line, they are more courageous than those legislators who refuse to introduce amnesty into the state house. So I'm in support of these youth, and I think that it's an atrocity that the President of the United States would treat any human being the way that he's treated these people. That's an atrocity. It's a capital offense against people, and he's going to have to pay the price in the long run. But the more that we organize, the better off we're going to be in terms of getting people social justice. So these kids have become the social conscience of the United States of America, and we support them because a lot of our people didn't have the courage to stand up and say basta when what was happening with immigration policy at this time and place. So yes, we need to back them 100%, and we need to make sure that they're not going to be incarcerated, they're not going to be detained, and they're not going to be deported.
Hey guys, my name is Raul Duran. I'm with the Colorado Laborers, La Una Laborers International Union, and we're here to support our community. We support DACA. We believe that they are entitled to stay and they deserve a chance.
All right. Thank you. My name is Marcos Duran. I'm an internal organizer with SEIU Local 105 here in Denver, Colorado. I am out here right now in protest of the Trump administration's DACA, the rescinding of DACA is the deferred arrival for childhood. Quite personally, I'm a U.S. citizen. However, I have a lot of friends and a lot of my family, people that I consider my family, that are unfortunately undocumented and are very affected by this executive order that has been taken away. And the biggest thing is it's a nationalist agenda. It really is. It's white supremacy in the White House. You saw it 10 days ago for him for Donald Trump to pretty much pardon Joe Arpaio when he was convicted of civil rights violations against Latinos, primarily Mexicans in the state of Arizona. It is not right. It is time for people to stand up and say what we believe and what we are standing for. I urge all U.S. citizens out there that are just watching this and everything, and that remain neutral on the situation. Don't stay neutral. These are people. These are lives. These are kids. These are our kids. Okay, this is enough. If you're a U.S. citizen, use your vote. Come out and come and vote. This is the power that we have. And this, to remove DACA, it creates a negative impact to the economy, to the U.S. economy.
I'm out here supporting DACA because, first of all, no human being is illegal. I think people have come here, have been taken advantage of, just used, abused, and it's time to get the immigration system set up right so these people can live with dignity. They can be citizens here if that's what they want to be. And this country can move forward because we need immigrants to move forward. Otherwise, we'll stay stale and regress.
Denver Justice Project, and we were asked to support this. So I walked with the students down Spear from North High School. And the reason I'm here today is because of the doubt that these people have, these dreamers. It's been going on too long that the government hasn't taken care of it. Obama did a good thing to, have a temporary solution for a while, but I think Trump's not sincere that he's going to give 6 months and try to get Congress to work it out. They haven't worked out much since he's been president, and I don't see them working it out in 6 months as well. So I just like to support these kids out here, and I feel for them. They've been here, you've been here for 30 years, and what do you do but other than go to school, finish school, get a job, find a career, find a life for yourself? And what, is that going to be ripped away from you? It's totally unfair.
Thank you. And again, thanks for being out here.
You're very welcome.
It means a lot to see all the support.
Yeah.
You can feel free to say your name or not. Just step into the end there.
I'm here at Metro State University at the protest that's a result of Jeff Sessions' announcement about DACA today on September 5th. And I just want to say that I feel passionate about the rights of the young people that DACA impacts, but also about all marginalized peoples in our country. And I'm just very sorry that our country is where it is right now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Church here in Denver. And I'm Andy Mulman. I work for the Rocky Mountain Conference of the United Methodist Church as a young people's ministry developer.
We came out to the DACA rally today just to support our fellow human, our fellow people. As Christians, we are called to love our neighbor, and surely all of the dreamers are our neighbors. And so we've come out to support them in their lives and to show the love that we have for them and that God has for each of them.
Yeah. Just to add to that, so I work with a lot of youth and young adults and college students, and so this has scared a lot of our people. A lot of our folks are DACA recipients or have family members who are, and so part of my job of supporting those young folks and being in ministry with them and being in solidarity with them is showing up when things like this happen and when they ask for us to be here. So I felt like it was my place to be here today to show support and solidarity.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming out here. Thank you guys for sharing.
Not a problem.
Appreciate the support.
He said there's some immigration stuff going on, with DACA, they trying to, because that's what I heard they try to cancel it, like you won't get your, not just a work permit, but a permit to go to school. Is this sensitive?
Yeah.
Fuck Trump. You can't do that out. You
can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want here.
Because it helps a lot of people, you can't just cut that out, because for people who work their whole life for this, when you cut it off, then you kind of taking them away from everything they work for. I mean, I'm an immigrant too. My parents moved here 9 months. And I can say, because I know it's way better home. I can move back to Africa, Ghana. But it's called I've worked so damn much, it's okay, it could be a waste of time, but at the same time, it's I wouldn't mind, But what's it called? People really need come to America, the American dream, whatever. Like people work for this. They wake up every day and they put their mind to it. So just because you're gonna cut them off just because of some papers, it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for your opinion. That's the rally. Everybody's heading out of here now. A lot of support we saw out here. A lot of great opinions shared. I really hope that it opens people's eyes, and it's you guys, everybody can see that it's just it affects more than just one specific group of people. It affects a lot of people, and this video just kind of came out of nowhere for me. I was down here. This wasn't really the reason that I came down here to make a video about this. I came down here to photograph some stock photography on some protests and get some cool shots of some signs, but that didn't really work out how it ended up. This video now, I think, has a whole new meaning, and I really hope everybody shares it, and you guys just share your own opinions. Feel free to share your own opinions, and let me know what DACA means to you, and how it affects you, or how it might affect somebody that you know. All right, well, you guys have a great way. We'll talk in the next video.